My name is Melissa Timo. I am the area manager of the Central Florida region for Six Rental Car. And I was born in New Jersey, but I'm originally from Miami. And my background, both of my parents are Haitian descent. They're from Haiti, and
That's cool.
thank you.
So the reason why I am interviewing you is because you've had an impact on my life, and I feel that there are so many people that, if they were to hear your story, could gain just as much inspiration and knowledge. So to kind of delve in, there's a couple questions that I'll be asking, kind of just to go over things that have happened in your life, what has made you you. So let's start with, what's your idea, or actually, what has been a big life event that changed your way of thinking?
So I would say, I guess when I've always wanted to invest in real estate from a young age, and when I've actually met my husband, now it's my husband, he was actually doing the same thing, basically, like purchasing home at a really low cost, and being able to help the the unfortunate people that, like, with the government assistant, which is called Section 8. He'll rent his home to those people, and just make sure that they have a great quality of life, but also to at a lower, I would say lower rent cost.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I feel as if, like, it helps others, and you can also, like, they can also live a great quality of life, which has a tenant. I believe that everyone should have, like, a nice home to live in, things like this. Exactly, a good standard of living and things like this. That's just the base necessity. Listen to everyone's story, regardless of what it is, because you could definitely learn from it, right? And it could stop you from making mistakes that that, of course, we all make mistakes, but if definitely listen to others, regardless of what it is, even if you're not interested in that particular topic or story, things like this. If that person approached your life for some way, somehow, you should listen to their story. And I think it's gonna change, based on your life. When it's going to change while you grow, the more and more that you grow. Right now, my passion, I would say, is to free my time. I feel like time is so important, and I feel like now, as if with social media, you can definitely find resources, or you could find jobs or you can build your business and be able to free your time, and not having to be in an office, or not having to be able to feel like you're closed in and there's nothing else for you to do. My purpose in life is to help others, to educate others, to help others. There's to let them know that there's more to life than whatever that they're doing. And if they feel like they're in a small town, they can't get away, or like they feel like this is it for them, there's definitely a world out there, and I feel like everyone should witness it. That's my purpose.
Nice.
Freeing my time, basically, making sure that my family is well off, right? I feel as if I can make sure that they're okay and they're not worried about the basic necessity, which I don't think we are anymore. But I still feel like maybe of course, there's more to life. And three, for my family and I to live forever. No, I don't think it changed because of quarantine, but I definitely feel like with everything that's going on, it opened my eyes that hey, you have to make moves now. Like you have to like really like set your goals and really work on your goals. In which that was one of my goals for this year, but it just really opened your eyes that you're not in control. Okay, so I think it definitely feels as if like now it's just an eye opener. Like this year had opened everyone's eyes. Owning 100 doors, and by 2024 becoming a millionaire. I will set new goals. Yeah, I will set new goals and continue setting those goals, higher goals. And I definitely want to maybe eventually free my time by helping others, helping educating others how easy it is to open up a LLC and having your own business just with no money at all, no money down. You could just be a business owner and doing your own thing. I would say, I guess my favorite part that I actually, even though it says, hey, you don't have to go to college, you have the choice if that's what you want to do. And if you have the chance, then of course you could do it too. It's definitely college. I've learned how to become independent. I've learned how to just basically, I would say, self control, because in college you're really free. Your parents are not telling you to do your homework. It's just basically you have to do it. So I'd say that definitely that taught me a lot, and I've learned from it. And traveling, right? Traveling gives you a sense of like it's better than anything in this world. When you meet different cultures and we think we're so different and we're like, no, I'm better than this person, I'm better than this. No, we're all the same. We're all just alike. You just kind of have to take a chance. And I would say that the people that said that, okay, well, maybe she was fortunate enough to travel, right? You could even start with a road trip in the US, right? Taking your car, right, from Arizona to Vegas, or taking your car from Arizona to Mexico, just, or Florida to, the islands, Bahamas, just starting small like that, right? There's
or even just out of your city.
Yeah, it's just out of your city, meeting other people, right? In Florida, I know that there's like, you could go for a day to the Bahamas for like 50, 60 bucks, right? And so just little stuff like that in my 20s that I've learned, and of course, heartbreaks, and learning our lessons from different friends, right? Who you surround yourself with is really big too. So I've learned a lot from that, and we all make different mistakes, but you definitely, if you have a gut feeling that something is wrong, then with your friends or with whoever that you're hanging with, usually you should follow that. In my 30s, I definitely feel as if like I have a much clear vision of my life. More resources, and minority community. We all know it's about more resources, right? And it's just being that we just didn't know, but I think it had to play out the way that it did, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Right, your story is your story. So now I know more. It just makes me want to learn more. Right, and I know some children, kids, teenagers, they think like, oh, they have to go to college. How are they going to afford it, or how their parents are going to afford it? You know, and right now college is not really. People could learn the same things online, right? With business owners that actually bringing the numbers instead of a college professor that definitely like haven't even had a business. But I definitely recommend college, you know, but not for
more for theory
businesses.
Than application.
Exactly, more for theory. It teaches you, you know, how to basically live in society and when to react and when not to react, and how to react in a professional environment, things like that. Definitely, I recommend college, but you definitely, if you don't want to go to college, there's definitely lots of resources out there. It's very important. It's very important. And actually, I found a mentor last year. I've never had a mentor, right? And a lot of times too is probably because, you know, people don't trust other people with their children, and as a young person, people gotten hurt, you know, from others. But I found a mentor. I actually met him through, he was having a real estate event, and I was invited by a friend, and he was like, you know, talking and things like this, and I was just like, oh my gosh, he knows so much. And then I contacted him. We followed each other on Instagram, and then I asked him, hey, are you able to mentor me? And then I explained to him. At first he denied. He said he's too busy, he doesn't have the time and things like this. I invited him to dinner. I paid for dinner. You know, just little by little, I've done the work. You know, I just ask questions. You know, little questions here or there. You know, I try not to take up his time. You know, so definitely.
You build a rapport with him.
I build a rapport with him. I would definitely suggest not to just do like I did, just asking somebody to be your mentor. Just gradually, you work for it. Invite the person to dinner. You know, coffee if you don't have the resources, whatever, you could just, you know, maybe meet the person at their job while they're walking out. Hey, can I talk to you for a minute? Things like this. It's more personal. My job had done that. Gave us the opportunity to be our own business owners, and we've also made good amount of money, basically, to be able to fund some of those hobbies or whatever that we want to do. But I definitely feels like the part of us managing our own branches and managing our own, basically they give you the tools and you're managing your own branches, helped you evolve with being like, you know, your own business owner, or even when it comes to real estate, because remember there was times that, you know, branch managers were looking for spaces in development and things like this, and then talking to people and negotiating. So it definitely helped, that I wouldn't change for the world, and I'm still learning from them. I'm thankful, regardless of whatever that happens in the future. I'm really thankful because I've learned a lot from them. And then too, they gave us a chance when we just left college and no one like really knew, you know. You have to have like some type, when you leave college, you have to have, you know, experience and things like this. And they gave you a chance, and I think that was really, I'm thankful for that. that would be one of the pieces of advice that that I could give with someone, especially with social media now these days. Things are so easy to access, and it's just, even though you're in the countryside of Tennessee, you could still access these information that even me, I'm in Miami Beach or in Orlando, the big cities and things like this, I could access. So I think that would definitely be a piece of advice, that whatever they think that they could do, they can do it. Just go on YouTube, social media, research and things like that. Figure it, find something that could encourage them, because between you and I, our parents, just knew about, hey, go to school, get a degree, and educate yourself. That was it, because that's all they knew, right? And then we just took it extra notch, right? So, and then I'm pretty sure our children will take it 10 extra notch. But my goal is to have generational wealth, and I think that's what's very important now these days. I've had like an app where I pay every month. I could call a lawyer and ask them questions, and it's $35 a month, and I could just send them an email and they'll reply to me on what to do, where that's easy. And everyone always thinks like, oh my gosh, if I have to pay for a lawyer to answer this question, it's going to cost me thousands of dollars. So things like that. It's just to educate yourself. And definitely, if I can help anyone, I will give them every resources that they need. Yes, you could do whatever that you want in life. Before I thought it was just like a myth. People are just saying that. Whatever you put, the energy that you put out in the universe, that would be the one that you receive. But honestly, you can do whatever that you want in life. Like, no matter where you're from, regardless of who you are, what skin colors you are, what culture you are, you could definitely do whatever. And I would be, if you need my help, I would be there to cheer. I would be your biggest cheerleader, definitely. And being that I'm from, my parents are from a third world country, and they left the country, and came to a whole new country without learning the language. I could relate. I have those parents too that you have to translate to. You have to translate for. I can relate. I'm that person too, right? And look at me now. I'm not saying that I am where I want to be, but I am damn sure going to get there. And I will, by 2024, I will be that millionaire. And I would probably be telling you my story, but definitely reach out to me whenever you need. I will be your biggest cheerleader. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think this is the best thing I did this whole trip.